Hey, what's going on? Appreciate you stopping by. Welcome to Modern Exodus. If it's your first time, big welcome. Please consider subscribing after you watch the video. See if this is what's for you. I'm about to chop some wood. Thought I'd talk about a few things that's kind of on my mind right now. It's about 30 degrees out, maybe a little less than that. And I've been out here doing some stuff. That's why I only have a sweatshirt on and I'm not all bundled up. But yeah, I'm going to chop some wood. And I bought some wood off somebody and they delivered some really large pieces, which, you know, I thought wouldn't be too bad. They'd burn for a long time. But although I have a very large wood stove, it's not ideal. So I've been chopping them down to size a little bit and then bringing them inside. I got a wheelbarrow over here. I've been putting them in. And I'm going to turn that a little bit. Yeah, right there. Anyways, so all over the news these past few days, they keep talking about this woman that something happened to. They don't know exactly what, or at least they're not saying. That, you know, she was kidnapped, abducted, taken, whatever. And she's the mother of one of the hosts on, I think, the Today Show. I don't know who she is, but seems like it's an awful lot of attention to this woman. Just too much. I mean, it's sad. Shouldn't have happened. I hope they find her. I understand the coverage of it, but just seems like it's being overdone. Anybody else think that same thing? And I'm just wondering why. And there's so much going on in the news cycle today that, you know, it's a big distraction. Seems like that happens quite a bit. Yeah, I know. I'm not going to be any kind of professional axe person. Oh, that wasn't good. Yeah, it just seems like it's overdone. I don't know. Comment below if you think the same thing. Maybe, you know, people are getting sick and tired of hearing about ICE and Minneapolis and all that stuff. Maybe it's related to all the Epstein stuff that came out. You know, and when I hear about the Epstein files, and I've seen some of the stuff that's come out, you really don't know what to believe. You know, we're never really going to know the truth. Where are the arrests? Where are the arrests? Lots of victims, lots of evidence, lots of information, testimony. Where are the arrests? I think that tells you something. I think that tells you something right there. But, you know, I know a lot of people get hyped up on it. And I get it. You know, it can be frustrating, but, you know, the reality is there's nothing we can do about it. You know, I'll tell you what we can do. We can go outside in the cold. We can take, you know, what money we can earn. We can buy wood and bring it home, chop it, burn it to heat the cabin. That's what we can do. And live our lives the best that we can. Something else that's in the news. Iran, again. You know, and largely, you know, you see a lot of YouTube channels and they're alarming. They're ringing the alarm bells talking about how, you know, we're going to go to war with Iran. And who knows, you know, might happen. Might happen. Oh, that's a solid piece right there. Well, I got to work out more. It's probably I got to work out more. And they keep talking about Iran. And I don't know. I don't think much is going to come from that. I don't think Iran is going to sink any of our carriers. That's ridiculous. They're not going to EMP us. You know, chopping this, and I'm trying to chop with the grain. And I tell you, I love some of this wood. When you see inside, I love the smell as well. I don't really remember. Was it Epstein? Talk about how we're never really going to know, you know, what the deal is with all that. We're never going to know. But, oh, Iran. I think I was talking about Iran. And yeah, it just is always something that seems to be distracting from something else. And I'll move this camera a little bit. And you know, you look at precious metals, silver and gold, stock market hitting new record highs. I saw the Dow was almost at 50,000. And it's crazy because I don't think the stock market should be that high. You know, I'm no financial guru, but I don't think this economy, this economic system is nearly as good as the stock market makes it out to be. I think it's very much controlled. And again, I'd love to hear, you know, what you think. Now, also, you know, you see all the stuff that's going on in society. It's just so much negativity. There's so much going on in society that says that this is right here is where I need to be. And you could do your own modern exodus, getting away from it all, getting away from high density populated areas. You know, you do the best you can. You work to grow as much as your own food as you can, and just, you know, be happy, living life, having chickens, chopping wood on a cold, snowy day in the middle of Maine, talking to a phone. I'm 56 years old, and you know, all 6 of you that are going to watch this, I'm 56 years old, been around a long time, made a lot of mistakes. And I don't think a lot about, you know, if I could go back in time. But if you're a younger person watching this, get out in nature. Get out in nature. You know, do what you can, you know, make your money, got to live your life, have a family, all that stuff. Absolutely. But do it in the woods, do it in the country, do it in the countryside. Because when you're in the city, even smaller cities, everything is fake. The advertising is fake. You know, people are fake. And you're impacted and affected by that. But when you get out to the country, and I have found people are just more genuine. They're nicer. They'll do things for you. You're just happier. People are happier and they're willing to help each other out. And when you're in the city, it just doesn't seem to be that way. I'm sure there's exceptions. But no matter the age, if you can do it, make that modern exodus. Do what you can to try to get away from, high population density areas. Become as self-sufficient and self-reliant as possible. And I always say as possible because 100%, boy, that's difficult. I mean, I'm nowhere near that. I'm certainly trying to head in that direction. Try to live a more traditional life like maybe your grandparents or great-grandparents lived. Real food, not this processed crap that we're now discovering that we've been being poisoned, literally poisoned, for decades. And it was all lies. Food pyramid, low fat. I mean, it's nuts. And it was allowed to happen by our feckless leaders who passed policies and allowed it to happen. When you have another country that says a bottle of Coca-Cola only has like 5 ingredients or whatever it is, but then you look at a bottle in the United States and it has all these ingredients in it that you can't read it. You can't pronounce it. You can't spell it. There's a reason. Well, the United States is greed. It's money. Profit. Profit over the welfare of the customer. And that goes throughout numerous industries and businesses, throughout society. And that's where you get a plot of land, and within the border of that land, you do what you want within reason, and you build the life that you are in control of to the maximum extent possible. So anyway, I'm going to go check on the chickens, see if they might have laid any more eggs. I see all over the place that, even down in South Carolina, I watched this one channel, and she's talking about how her chickens, way back on laying in the cold. It's not even that cold down there. We're getting sub-zero temperatures here. No change. No change at all. I think it's really related to the environment that we've given them and the food, the nutrients. They're definitely not getting a lot of light. But anyways, that's another video, I think. So I'm going to go check the chickens. I'm going to finish chopping this wood and maybe look at what we're going to do for dinner. Yeah. So you guys stay safe. Take care. Smash that like button. Consider subscribing if you haven't. All 6 of you. We'll see you next time.
So I ran from the cities and the noise and lies, found a piece of ground under open skies, hands in the dirt, sweat on my shirt, learning what living's really worth. While crooked men shake hands in rooms, selling souls to corporate suits. Society's sick, but I found the cure. A back road life, honest and pure. They can keep their throne and their golden news. This life out here's my modern exodus. I traded screens for a sunrise, callous palms, blisters, pride, planted seeds where hope was.